Hi, I'm Howard Green.
And I'm Jenny Gibson. Welcome back to another week of What's New.
Well, our first story this week is about television. In most cities across the country, there are local cable television stations, and they're set up so that people in the community can do their own shows. If you've got an idea for a show, you can approach the cable station, and chances are, if the idea is in good taste, you'll be able to do it. Well, last fall, in Winnipeg, a group of teenagers actually started doing their own show, and we've got a story on it.
That would be great.
Once a month, 10 kids arrive at Channel 13's studio in Winnipeg. And they're here to set up and record their variety show, which is called Kids Report.
Okay. Are we going?
They're led by Chris Boyce, who's 14, the producer and the host of the show.
You know what? Switch that one for the plants over there. I want matching plants.
And by Clinton Skavitsky, who's 13 and also a producer. Kids do everything except operate the equipment.
There's the opening, and when you do the slides, do them about 1 per second.
Adult volunteers do all the technical stuff, on direction from the kids, of course.
That's with the music from the record.
Okay, quiet please. Your mic's live. Watch for the red light on 1.
I'm Christopher Boyce, and welcome to Kids Report. Today we have a great show lined up for you. On the feature interview, Clinton Skavitsky talks to Liz Jarvis of Young Canada Television. He'll have all the details.
I imagine everything would always work out. There'd never be any problems. You know, everything would just go according to schedule, and it wouldn't take long. You know, just walk into a TV studio, film it, and you're gone.
And?
And it's nothing like that.
This is a production meeting, and it's where the show's supposed to get organized, where ideas are discussed, and where fights take place.
If you remember, like if we just do like ad lib, like let's say our hat falls off, we can make a joke out of that.
Okay, you can make a joke out of that. But remember 2 shows ago, everything got out of hand. You made a joke, it was funny. Once you were done making your rating, you had those little cards and you just throw them. And then later in the show, all that seems to be flying through the air is thousands of cards. And then at the end of the show, you think it's funny if you start having a fight with each other. Well, the credits are rolling. It's not funny. You know how many comments I got? That's so stupid, I turned your show off.
Let's get off the topic of this comedy. We've discussed enough of that, and we did it last meeting too. What we need is more ideas for special reports and interviews. Have any of you ideas on that?
Even though it appears like we're having a fight, you know, we are getting productive ideas, because when people are really mad, sometimes, you know, in the heat of anger, something productive does come out, whether they realize it or not. So there is something productive to that.
No, I know that.
Well, basically, Kids Report is a variety show. They all write and perform their own on-camera bits, like TV reviews, movie reviews, and jokes.
Joshua Schaefer, and
You're Andrew Pavlov.
I'm Andrew Pavlov. And this is the all-new
Well,
Kids
it's not
Report
all new,
2.
actually. We've been on before.
The pretty new Kids Report.
Well, it's not really pretty new. We've been on a couple of times, actually.
Just once.
Okay, now we get to do the rating, and you go first.
Oh, good. Okay, I give this movie a 5 only, because it was okay, it was pretty slow, and the acting was good.
So the first joke here. Why did the crow sit on the telephone wire? To make a long-distance call. You're supposed to laugh, you guys.
Our first show, it basically was
Don't remind me.
one person doing every report, and they sat at this carpeted news desk. It looked like an animal.
Like a buffalo, we nicknamed it.
And they just looked in the camera and talked for like, each report was I think 7 minutes long, and it was boring.
You learn from your mistakes, and that was one mistake. But then again, we wouldn't have progressed if, you know, if we hadn't have learned that that wasn't the way to go about doing it.
Well, eventually they learned to spice up the act with more exciting segments like on-location reports.
Today I'm out on Portage Avenue to ask people what their biggest complaint about living in Winnipeg is.
The problem they have with this kind of segment is that they don't have the facilities to edit it, which means that they can't cut it down and use just the best parts. So they have to work really hard to keep it from being boring.
Okay, so I assume he's against how we're calling. Here's my next. Excuse me, what's your biggest complaint about living in Winnipeg? No complaint. A lot of people don't have many complaints. Oh, we have come up to an 8. Sorry, what is your biggest complaint about living in Winnipeg?
Oh, I don't know. Hard to find jobs. That's about it.
Yeah, the 8 has found a job living in Winnipeg, so he has no real complaint. Excuse me? Excuse me. Obviously, another person who doesn't want to talk.
So do either of you want to go into the TV business?
Definitely. That, I don't know, when I first started I thought this would be a nice hobby, but I'll never want to do this, but it's what I want to do now.
Yeah, it's something you don't really grow bored with. There's so much. There's
always more to
unlimited
do.
boundaries. Like,
Don't you find it frustrating, though?
Yeah, it's so frustrating, you know. I don't know, why is this happening to me? But
it's worth
the
it.
frustration is part of it. Like, I enjoy being frustrated because everybody goes, oh, poor you.
I don't enjoy you being frustrated. I mean,
Okay, Clinton may not enjoy me.
it out on you?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Clinton may not enjoy me being frustrated, but it's part of it. It's almost like I don't mind being frustrated because you know that if you're being frustrated, something is come out of it.
So on behalf of the cast and crew of Kids Report, this is Christopher Boyd saying have a good evening. Bye.
Never say it's good enough for the viewers until it's good enough for you. If you're going to put your name in the credits, it has to live up to your standards. So I always try to make it, you know, good. I don't like say, I don't have time, I'm just going to leave this part and make sure every single thing works out, though occasionally it doesn't. But like as long as I give it my best try, I'm always happy.
Looks like a What's New meeting.
Yeah, it looks a lot like our production. All the frustration with equipment and ideas and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, our next story.